Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute for sure. Life has just been busy this summer. What I have here today, I have two tall and skinny journals. The digital kit that I use is by Bird and Barn Designs, and it's Whisper of Lace, and it has a French name, which I'm not about to try, but it means Whisper of Lace. So there's that. So we have our vintage and then we have our pink. So let's take a look at the vintage first. We have it wrapped with sari silk that I've ironed. Beautiful sari silk. And I think you can see, all right. So this is the cover, obviously, right? So I love using this, and I did some gold paint, gold speckling on there. I don't know if that shows up in the camera, but it looks pretty good. We have lace wrapped around it. And then when you open it up, we have all kinds of vintage ephemera in here, real. And, I did a little collage on it. And then we have a tag. I used my little tiny attacher for that. And then here's an authentic check. And this is from 1901, November 29th. Yep, 1901. Isn't that cool? I have a lot of authentic pieces in here. Here's another tag. And this is paper from my stash, and I'm drawing a blank on what kind of paper it is. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you know. And then here's a blank check. We got some stamping. We got coffee dyed paper. There is room to write. Like if you use the Sharpie pen, that type of pen, you can write over these digitals. If you're, some of the digitals. If you're a writer, this is. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the type of papers these are. But it's authentic and vintage. And that's going to drive me nuts. So here is an altered guest check. This is rust dyed paper that I did. So cool. We have some more stamping. And the stamps are Lorna tailor-made journals. But here's a guest check that I altered. I altered it with a real vintage. My brain is not working. Ledger. Oh my goodness, my brain's not working today. Here we have a very old book page. And I brought it up and made a pocket out of it. We have a little bit of an altar on a bingo card. But this must be rag paper. It's just, I don't know if it is, but it feels different. The texture is awesome. Here's another stamp. Piano paper. Here is a vintage pad of paper from a port authority in New York, I believe, and I altered that. And that is on coffee dyed paper with some stamping. And then I have a bag in here, and in the bag on both sides I have a vintage postcard This one is from I can't tell. I can't read it. I can't see anymore. And then we have a library card catalog from the card catalog. And this is such a beautiful kit. These papers are beautiful. Here's the other side of that paper. Or, nope, that's a different one. Different book page. I just love the patina on these book pages. Here's the center. Isn't that beautiful? And now we're at the other side of this book page. And then we have a postcard in here. Alligator Rock, La Jolla, California. This is 1909. We have coffee dyed paper with some stamping on it, and then we have a vintage receipt paper that's altered. The other side of that piano paper. I just love piano paper. See the writing on it? It's in blue. Whoops. We have a receipt here that's altered, again on coffee dyed paper. Well, this might be tea dyed paper, actually. And some stamping on that. And then the other pocket, we have a couple of things that you can write on in there. Here's that rust dyed paper. I just love, there's this whole spot that got missed. I just love rust dyed paper. Here's just a altered pad of paper from a game. This is on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember as soon as we're done with the video. But you can see the hairs in it. And I don't think I have the paper in the pad of this, in the bag of this, that mulberry paper. This is mulberry paper. Here's Who Calls. And this I'm still drawing a blank on. But I pulled that up and sewed that. Put the tag in there. We have a lace pocket with a beautiful tag. So there is the vintage journal. And then we have beautiful polka dotted sari silk. I have been wanting to use this polka dotted sari silk, and now I have. It's so pretty, and I ironed that as well. The cover, again, we have lace, and then we have one of the digitals, some pearls, some pretty lace, and a flower, a rose. And then when you open it up, we have lace on the inside, and we have an applique. We just have something fun here. Beautiful digitals. Tag in this lace pocket. I love using buttons. And then look at that. Isn't that pretty? This is a little tuck spot. And this is avocado dyed paper. That is not a tuck spot. And then we have a few of these. We have pretty pink hearts paper clip. And we have a tag here you can write on the back, and then this just shows beautiful digital. And if you wanted to write on it, you could always take some coffee dyed or avocado dyed paper, rip around the edges, and then glue it in place. And then here's another one. Here's the tag for this. And we have one of the roses from the kit there. And again, this is on avocado dyed paper. Very pretty. We have lace in this journal, a little tuck spot there. Here's another one. We have some pearl detail on that. But here is the tag. Pocket here. We have a wax seal with some, what is that called? I don't know. Some string. And it's a butterfly wax seal. Isn't that beautiful? And again, avocado dyed paper. Pretty lace on the ends. Avocado dyed paper again. Here's the center. And we have these beads in the center. So pretty. These ones here, these two are roses. They're so pretty. And these, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we have belly band with the, oh, I forget what this is called. This ribbon is called. I think I have been out of the loop for so long. Here we have just something to play with or something to take off and put around the journal. This is pretty with some thread, some pink thread. And here's another one of these. Here's the tag. And there's the digital. So pretty. Now let's see if I can get this little paper clip back on. I will do it later. Some more pretty lace. Avocado dyed paper. We have a belly band here. Just some pretty lace I wanted to put in here. Look at those pretty roses. Little tuck spot. Lace pocket. And then here's the back with the lace and an applique. So there we go. Whisper of Lace by Bird & Barn Design. Her YouTube will be linked below, and I believe I have her Etsy and her Ko-fi linked below so that you can go find her digitals and find her. Her digitals are on the Ko-fi site, and then things that she's made is on her Etsy. So go check her out. Again, that's Martha with Bird & Barn Designs. And thank you for hanging out with me today. Bye, y'all.